Welcome to Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. Our show brings you closer to the heart of Texas A&M athletics through powerful stories of perseverance, purpose, and life-changing opportunities made possible by 12th Man Foundation donors. From student athletes and coaches to former students and dedicated staff, you'll hear firsthand how donor support shapes the lives of Aggie student athletes in competition and beyond. Whether you're a lifelong Aggie or simply curious about what makes Texas A&M so special, you're in the right place. Let's dive into today's episode. Howdy, and welcome back to another episode of Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. I'm your host, Ivy Robinson, and today I am in studio with Aggie men's basketball student athlete Rashaun Agee. Welcome to the show, Rashaun, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Could you tell our listeners, to start off, where you're from, what position you play, and a unique fact about yourself you think not many people know?
I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I play forward, and I like to buy shoes. It's something unique about me.
What's your favorite brands of shoes?
Jordan. Jordan is something that I buy a lot of, and I need to stop.
Any other brands?
Nike, foams. I'm not really I haven't really gotten out to all the other things like designers and stuff yet, but Jordans in particular is something I wear a lot.
Yeah. So do you have any recommendations on where to get the best deals on shoes?
Nah, I'm not a good one because I can't find my shoes. My shoe size, I have to buy online. So I'm the wrong person to ask about that.
That makes sense, actually. Well, very fun. Big shoe guy, Rashaun. So before we get into our questions, I have one more fun kind of get to know you round. It's a this or that question round. And so I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions and then you just answer with your preference and tell us why.
Okay.
So back up your choice there. Okay. So maroon jerseys or white jerseys?
Maroon. I like the color. I like to, not be an away team, but I like the atmosphere of away games better than home games. And I'm not saying we don't have good home games, but I'm saying I like being the enemy.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. To come into another team's home environment and maybe upset or that's fun. That's fun. Breakfast food or dinner food?
Breakfast food for sure.
What's your favorite breakfast food?
Probably waffles, chocolate chip waffles. And why? I've been eating chocolate chip waffles since I was a little kid.
That sounds so good.
I make my mom buy them all the time.
What about chicken and waffles?
Bad combo.
Hot take. Yeah. I
Hot
don't
take,
think it
bad
goes
combo
together
to me.
either, honestly.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
Podcasts or music?
Music. I've never really sat down and watched a full podcast. I go and cut it up into sections and listen to certain things I want to listen to. But music, I just like a lot of types of different music. Lately, I've been playing a lot of chill music to just help me get through my days.
Yeah. But you're definitely going to listen to this podcast episode, right?
Yeah. No, I am.
Apple Music or Spotify?
Apple Music. It's simple. Especially because we students, we get discounts. Everybody should know this.
Just Apple.
It's Apple. I have an Apple
I'm
phone.
team Spotify over here. I don't know.
You have an iPhone, though.
I do. I don't know why. I've always listened to my music and podcasts on Spotify. Don't know why. Staying on the music theme, same playlist every game or new vibes each time?
I kind of stay in the same realm, but kind of a new vibe thing every time. I like to switch it up, kind of. I don't like listening to the same music because I feel like it doesn't get me going the same.
Yeah, makes sense. Coffee or energy drink?
Probably energy drink. I hate coffee. So disgusting. And I don't even drink energy drinks, but energy drink over coffee any day.
Paint points or free throws?
Free throws, they free. Easier buckets.
Yep. Small town life or big city?
Small town life. It's a dream of mine to go and be able to be in a small town and have not a big house, but a medium-sized house and have a barn in the backyard and build my own basically gym and stuff for me.
Yeah. Would you consider College Station a small town in your mind? Or are you thinking like super small?
No,
Like where
College Station is a small town.
Okay, yeah. See, where I'm from is even smaller than College Station. It would probably like blow your mind. Yes. Yes. I graduated with 115 people.
Oh, it's small.
So yeah, it's pretty small. Yeah. Okay, last this or that question. Offense or defense?
Defense, probably. I feel like defense gets my offense going. And it's like sparks a change in the game for me.
Yeah. Offense wins games, defense wins championships. That's probably the most cliche sporting quote, but okay. Now, going back to your background, Rashaun, when did you first start playing the game of basketball, and why did you start playing?
I would say I've always been playing basketball, but my first year of really taking basketball seriously was probably my freshman year of high school. I actually wanted to be a football player. And
I think I saw that in a Texas interview, that you played both, or did you start with football and then?
I kind of started with football, baseball, basketball, and like bounced around in between all three, me and my older brother. And then eventually, of course, he started playing and he kind of just like, you should play. Like, and I played 1 year and I was like good at it. And I still didn't want to do it. Then my freshman year came around. He's like, you got to pick, like, find a point to focus on. And we all sat down and I just decided to play basketball instead.
Growing up in Chicago, how do you think your upbringing and growing up in Chicago influenced like your approach to the game of basketball? Because I know a lot of prominent basketball players have come out of Chicago. Like, who were kind of your idols and the athletes that you looked up to when you were younger, and who really influenced you as a young athlete?
I would probably say my older brother and my uncle. They also played basketball and played in the Chicago area. My older brother's overseas right now. He plays in France. So somebody I look up to, and just, of course, trying to be better than him, but striving to do what he do at the highest level. But also other people, like when KG came to Chicago, the way he approaches the game and with his energy and his effort is something that I picked up from.
When did you make the decision to stick with basketball instead of, competition on the gridiron? Like, talk us through what was your mindset and how was that decision process when you decided basketball was going to be the sport you would focus on?
To this day, I still like fight with it. Like, if a football coach in the NFL came to me today and was like, hey, I got a contract for you if you take time to really focus on your body and play football, something I would think about because I like just enjoy football more.
What position did you play?
I played DN and tight end.
Oh, nice.
And of course, I tried to play wide receiver, but but I mean, it's a hard decision still. But right now, I would say because I am here with basketball, and that's my main focus.
So for our listeners who may not know exactly about your path and your journey and the different programs you've been a part of, can you walk us through that timeline really quick, like from, high school and the path that led you to where you are right now?
Yeah, so starting in high school, I did 1 year at High Park. I went to High Park to play varsity with my older brother for my first year, and then once he graduated, I transferred to Bogan High School with my coach, Arthur Goodwin. Played 3 years there. My last year, we actually went all the way to state. We lost in the final game, and that was my coach's only time being downstate. And he passed away from cancer, but I ended up going to New Mexico State for 2 years. Then after that, I went JUCO for a year in Casper, Wyoming. After Casper, Wyoming, I went to Bowling Green, Ohio for 2 years. And my first year, I played with a different coach than my second year. My second year is the year I played with Marcus, and then transferred to USC last year, and now I'm here at A&M.
Yeah, that's quite a resume there.
Yeah.
So many places and programs you've been a part of. What do you think that path, it obviously wasn't a straight shot to Texas A&M, but what do you think those seasons in those different places taught you about who you are as a person, and how has it made you an even better or, more resilient basketball player today?
It actually helped me a lot. It helped me become more of a man, understanding the game and not really allowing the emotions of the game to just like control my everyday life. I know that, fans get in tune with winning and losing, but at the end of the day, we're still human and we still got to live our lives and we still got to go to school. And like search for other things outside of basketball once we done. So, I mean, it just taught me a lot about being a human being other than just being a basketball player, I would say. So
Yeah.
I learned that.
And that's so important, right? Like you said, y'all are human too. And then one day when the ball stops bouncing, who are you going to be? Like what will you impact? What will be your focus at that point? But tell us about, kind of staying on that topic of like your journey. I think you experienced like some injuries and like just probably some challenging seasons in that whole path and things where maybe not a lot of players bounce back quickly from. What kept you motivated during stretches when maybe things weren't going your way or you were thinking, man, like another injury, or maybe you're not getting the playing time you thought you would? Like what kept you motivated? And then how would you encourage athletes who are in similar shoes?
I would say, I mean, I dealt with a lot of injuries. So, I mean, my first injury was like, I basically tore everything in my knee my very first year of college, and I wasn't going to play anyway. So I was practicing and tore everything in my knee. Later on, through that process of trying to get back from my knee, I ended up hurting something in my lower back. After hurting something in my lower back, I went JUCO, and then I was dealing with something in my hip and my lower back at the same time. So, but I would say something that kept me motivated was being able to go home and look at my little brothers and know that, the joy of them watching me play, even though they don't know exactly what I'm going through, it kind of kept me going because I play a game and I may be hurting after the game and they call me like, man, I just saw you had this, and the third. Like, I'm so proud of you. And he go work on his game. So it's like you're doing it for him. You're not really doing it for yourself right now. In order to get out of this spot, you got to keep pushing forward. And eventually I end up getting out of it. I mean, like right now, I would say I really don't deal with anything. And my little brothers really pushed me super highly and kept me going. And I always talk to my mom a lot and my father about everything that I went through and my uncles and my older brothers. And they just always told me, like, I mean, injuries come with the game of basketball, come with sports, because normally human beings don't beat up their bodies like this. We're running into each other, we're hitting each other,
Right.
football, basketball. But what makes you who you are is when you can always battle back and continue to fight. Yeah, that's why, I mean, I got resilience tied for a reason because it's like, there's no reason to stop. You got to keep going.
Yeah, man, so well said. And now you've gotten to Texas A&M. Well, actually, when you entered the transfer portal and you decided to come here, what made you choose Texas A&M? What really set it apart, and why were you excited to join Coach McMillan, his staff, and be a part of this program?
I loved Bucky's style of play, and me and him kind of like off rip kind of clicked. And the way he think about the game is the way I think about the game. And it's do anything in your power to make sure the team win. And he know once I step on the court, the way I affect the game may not even touch the stat sheet sometimes, but he knows like I'll do whatever it takes to try to help us win. And I feel like it's something that kind of stood out to me. And something else was the atmosphere of how, A&M love their sports. My
Mhm.
very first time being on campus and going to a football game, it was like crazy. And they weren't playing a good team. And yet it was still like crazy. And I'm just like at all about it, everything
Just,
that
like,
was
mind
going on.
blown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, not even watching the game. I'm looking around at all the fans
That's
and
funny.
everything that's going on because I'm like, man, this is crazy for my last year for it to be like this.
Wow, that's awesome. And like you said, fans, they see the stats, they see the points. But you said something about Coach McMillan, like knowing you're going to impact the game. If you don't impact the game in that way, you're going to impact it in an intangible way, right?
Yeah.
What are some of those intangibles and how you impact the team? Because I know you're a prominent leader on this basketball team. And how do you keep that standard high every day? And how do you hold your teammates accountable as a leader?
I would say it's not easy. I mean, I'm continuing to learn every day and learning how to talk to my teammates and be a leader and like even showing like things that I don't do on the stat sheet. Like we may have games where you may see me first to the floor like 6 times in a row, but that's because I'm trying to bring the energy and where we're lacking in something. So we may come out of the game and it's not to my standard of liking. It may be to the standard of the coaches or the other players, but it's not to me So what I'll do is I'll dive or I'll block a shot and show some emotion or dunk and show some emotion just to get my team going and help them understand, like, I don't like the way it's going, so we gonna figure out a way to pick it up, and I'm gonna be the culprit of it by showing you guys, like, what I want.
Yeah. What do you think is your like competitive advantage? Like your one thing in basketball that is unique to you?
Exactly what you said, competitiveness. Me and my older brother, from day one, competed at every single thing. First to the table to eat. Who do more push-ups? Like, my finger's stronger than yours. Video games, like, it didn't matter what it was. And that right there, I would say, helped me learn how to, like, compete on a daily basis. Because I know every time I step on the court, I can't allow somebody else to be better than me.
Yeah. So that kind of set the foundation of like your mentality, when you were young. What's a phrase or motto that you've learned so far being a part of this men's basketball program, whether it's from Coach McMillan or another coach, that means a lot to you?
I would probably say togetherness. Togetherness is something that's stay out to me because at the end of the day, win or lose, each one of the players, all 15 players and the coaching staff, GAs, managers, we all come together at the end of the day, the next day, and we got to practice, and we all got to be in there together and got to pick each other up no matter what happens, because we may win and, one of our players may not have a good game, but we know that we got to pick him up and encourage him to get him back into the group to move on to the next game so he can perform.
Yeah, definitely that team, bond and that chemistry. That's when it is so important, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to always remember that this is a team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, y'all all have individual goals and y'all all want to have great games, but you've got to do it together. This is a program. You got to have that program mentality, togetherness mentality. Another thing I want to ask you about really quick, kind of changing topics. You got to be a part of a 12th Man Foundation event where you were part of a panel with some fellow teammates and coaches. What was your perspective getting to see just basketball season ticket holders, donors in that room who are just engaged, who are excited to hear what y'all had to say about, this was before the season started, but the upcoming season, and how does that, play in to like your perspective of just our fans in general and the support that they have here for athletics?
It was great because just how they interacted with us, it wasn't just like hey, thank you for being here. It was like, hey, I hope you're like getting engaged with A&M and seeing everything that's going on. And it showed me like, okay, this is very important to them. So every time I step on the court, I got to make sure they understand. I'm thankful for everything that they do for us, especially with NIL nowadays. So they're giving to us, and I want them to understand, like, we're going to go on the court every time and fight. Just as much as y'all may see us fighting for A&M, we're fighting for you guys too, because you guys help us as much as we help you.
Man, I mean, so well said. And I mean, they definitely, the supporters of Texas A&M and athletics, they just invest so generously and they want y'all to succeed. Yeah. And not only in competition, but in careers beyond. And so, that's great that you had an awesome experience. And I know that people at that event, just, they soak that up. They love hearing from y'all and love just hearing about how y'all are passionate to go out, represent Texas A&M well. And so, thank you for being a part of that event.
Thank you.
A couple more questions for you before we wrap up today. Let's talk about academics really quick. Texas A&M, prestigious university, you can get a great education here. What has stood out to you in terms of academic student-athlete resources?
With my teammates, I would say the way they basically have to come in and do like tutoring. One of my teammates have it like multiple times a day. So I feel like that's something good for him because he may be having hard times where he may actually need that. So, I had a school, of course, Bowling Green. We had tutoring, but we had tutoring after practice once, but he got it multiple times. So it just shows like they're striving to make sure each athlete has what they need in order for them to become better, of course, on and off the court. Me, academically, what I'm studying is I'm in a nonprofit program. So when I go home and I'm done playing, and I want to start like a nonprofit foundation with my mother.
That's
to help
awesome.
like
Yeah.
younger youths, no matter color, age, just help them understand like sports isn't the only thing that can get you to where you need to go.
Wow. That's awesome. Has this been a dream like for a while or
Mhm.
is it something recent?
Yes, no, it's always been a dream, to be honest, of that and also starting another foundation to help younger kids that deal with, disabilities
Hmm.
like ADHD and things of that nature because my younger brother deals with it. So just help them be able to understand like it's nothing wrong with what you have. Like
Hmm.
it's really a gift because really you see things quicker and faster than everybody else. And the way you understand things may be different, but it's your superpower.
That's awesome. Yeah. What an awesome dream and goal to have. And just the impact that I know you'll have one day on those individuals and that youth. That's incredible. And then any other goals or dreams you have beyond your time at Texas A&M?
Once I'm done, of course, I want to become an ESPN broadcaster. So I want to do what Shaq and Kenny and them do
Yeah.
and be able to at least stay around the sport and laugh and joke about it and just be able to talk about the game. I got my master's, so hopefully I can get in tune with that and be able to do that.
Well, that is just phenomenal. That's awesome. And then Rashaun, when you think about, leaving Texas A&M one day when your time here is done, what do you hope people will say about Rashaun Agee as a player, a teammate, and an Aggie?
They'll say he was a leader. I mean, I am super thankful for every opportunities. They'll say he's always joyful. He was a super encouraging teammate. I mean, he was a great person. No matter the day, he was just
Yeah.
happy and joyful to be around.
And then why are you specifically proud to wear the maroon and white and be an Aggie?
I would say I'm specifically proud because there's a lot of things that basketball wise that I feel like can be accomplished. And I feel like my head coach can do it. No matter if it's this year or the next, I feel like he can do it. And we are the stepping stones this year to start it.
Rashaun Agee on Answering the Call podcast. Rashaun, thank you again for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Answering the Call. If you're enjoying this show, please rate and follow us on your podcast streaming platform of choice so you can be the first to know when a new episode drops. As always, a big thank you to our incredible podcast producer, Megan Rohde, to 12 Man Productions, and Texas A&M Athletics NIL Department. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to every donor and season ticket holder for always answering the call through loyal support of Texas A&M Athletics and our student athletes. We'll be back soon with more content. Thanks and gig 'em.